Every year I got the same problem. I tell myself this is the year I will be ready for winter, only to realize after the first snow dump that I'm not ready. But that's the way it goes. So here before you we have it's a Kubota MX 5100, and this is my favorite snow moving setup. I got the 8-foot blade in the back and a bucket in the front. Now I would really like to have a snow pusher, but I don't have the budget for it right now. So this is what I did. I saw a video on edge tamers. I really liked that idea, and I just went with the cheap Mennonite version. This is an ABS pipe, nice thick wall pipe, and what I found works the best is if you take a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade and you just rip one cut all the way down one side, then you just slide it over the cutting edge. So the way to use this is you have it at a slight downward angle and have the lever in float position, which in my tractor is all the way forward. That makes the bucket float. And you just push forward. Works pretty good. And I sort of did the similar thing in the back, where I just have the ABS pipe on the bottom cutting edge so it doesn't dig up the gravel. And it just makes it float right over the gravel and rocks. It'll pick some small stuff up, but nothing really. So what you want is, if you're shopping for a back blade for your tractor, in my case all my implements are 6 feet wide, but for a back blade you want it to be wider. In my case I got an 8-foot blade, so if I have this blade at full tilt, like completely sideways, it will still cover the track width of my tires, if you get what I'm saying. So that's basically my setup. This is my preferred method because it's a lot faster than using the 3-point snowblower that I have. And in this configuration I'm cruising along in 2 high, whereas if I use my snowblower I usually don't go much faster than 2 low. 2nd gear low is pretty much the speed limit with this machine. And it's not because the tractor is lacking the power. I have to go slow so this auger has enough time to throw all the snow out. At no point ever do I feel the tractor bogged down. But anyways, if I go faster, the snow starts piling up and it'll actually push over the snowblower. That's why I have to go slower. But on my snowblower I have the same sort of setup. I got a 2-inch PVC pipe, or ABS. I got that slid over the bottom cutting edge, and it's the same thing. It doesn't pick up any gravel this way. I have had it happen where I picked up like an almost fist-sized rock and it got jammed in the impeller, and my shear bolt didn't do its job. I ended up bending the shaft that goes into the gearbox. Now that shaft cost me $200, and it was a real pain to try to replace it, but I got it done. So I'll give you a quick few tips to moving snow. If you're using the back blade and moving forwards, it's good to have the bucket full of snow. That gives you extra ballast. You keep it at about that height and just tilt it all the way back, packed full of snow. That's a couple extra 100 pounds. Gives you a lot more traction. But if you're going backwards, you want your bucket empty, because if you have your bucket full of snow going backwards, it takes the weight off your back tires, which gives you less traction. I hope that makes sense to you. And when you're first starting to plow, you gotta plow as wide as humanly possible, because each time you plow, your driveway will get just a little bit smaller. That's just the way it is. So last winter we got so much snow that at the end of the season I actually had to pull out the snowblower and use it. And anybody that's used a 3-point snowblower knows they're not fun to use. Like, you're going backwards, you're craning your neck for hours. It's not fun. So I do anything I can to avoid using that snowblower. But if you have to, it's a great tool to have. Oh yeah, and I was going to mention, if you're just starting out, I started out with just pushing snow just with a bucket, and I needed ballast in the back. So if you're looking to get ballast, this is the cheapest way to do it. You build a box to the dimensions. There's calculators online that let you calculate how much concrete weighs. So I built a box to this dimension. You pour in a drawbar for the bottom hookup. For the top, I just got some kind of hookup from a chain, and that works as my top link hookup. This box here has pretty much every last piece of scrap iron that I had poured into it, which makes it extremely strong. And this thing weighs about 1,500 pounds. So with this thing on the back of the tractor and just a bucket, you can push a mountain of snow. So that's for you guys that are just starting out and you just have a front bucket and you want to move some snow. But yeah, here in Canada we have to live with 10 months of winter, so moving snow is part of our life. And this is how I do it.